Massive deal with Facebook buying WhatsApp for a cool $19 billion.
Yeah, this has really sent shockwaves through the industry. A lot of analysts are saying that that price tag of $19 billion seems just extraordinarily high for an app that is only 4 years old. It's by far the most expensive takeover of a startup that Silicon Valley has seen to date. But it's important to remember that WhatsApp does have 500 million users. That's nearly twice as many as Twitter. Twitter itself is valued at nearly $30 billion. And many industry insiders are saying that it's actually a very strategic move by Facebook and that services like WhatsApp are going to start playing a very real role in the real world. Let's take a listen.
So we're seeing valuation inflation, but it's totally possible that those will be great returns on investment for shareholders. It's going to take 3 to 5 years for all of that to pan out. It's really interesting to see what's happening in Venezuela and what's happening in Ukraine right now, and WhatsApp is becoming as important to those revolutions as, say, Twitter might have been in Arab Spring. So there's more here than just an advertising and a technology play.
Now, we saw Facebook shares hitting a new record high during Thursday's trading. They fell in the immediate aftermath of that announcement, but rebounded fairly strongly, closing up over 2%. Wall Street also climbing as data showed that U.S. manufacturing activity had hit its highest level in nearly 4 years. After a rocky day of trading, the major indices ended near record highs on Thursday. Asian markets mostly following that positive trend this Friday morning. The Nikkei leading gains after plummeting on Thursday. SoftBank and Panasonic were among the top gainers on the Nikkei, rising about 3% each.
Well, next, the global economy will take centre stage this weekend as G20 finance ministers gather in Australia. Kate, what are we expecting to hear?
We're going to be hearing a message of very cautious optimism coming out of this G20 ministers meeting in Sydney. Officials are expected to warn that while we are seeing a very slow return to growth in a lot of the emerging economies, that trend is still very fragile. Now, British Finance Minister George Osborne, who's on his way to Sydney, is among those warning that the global growth could be affected by volatility in just one country, and he's got his eye on the emerging markets.
The risks to the economic recovery have not gone away. Together, we need to act now to ensure that the emerging market problems don't contribute to a new crisis. And how do we do that? By each one of us putting our own houses in order, and by using the G20 to make sure we all confront our problems instead of running away from them.
Well, let's switch gears now. London Fashion Week is coming to an end and thousands of designers, models and journalists will be flocking here to Paris for next week's show, won't they?
Yeah, but Dubai is now actually the latest trying to get in onto that Fashion Week circuit, which is currently, of course, dominated by New York, London and Paris. The Emirates are well known for their malls and outlets, and they're trying to get their cut of fashion fever. Olivia Salazar-Winspear explains.
Paris, Milan, New York, and now Dubai. The United Arab Emirates is looking to be the next global fashion capital, and with homegrown talent like Essa and House of Femme, it could be on the cards. The city's Fashion Forward event is in its 3rd year and is hoping to become a fixture on the industry calendar.
Dubai is, I would say, is the capital of the region in terms of lifestyle and fashion and culture. We have the infrastructure, we have the international appeal, we have the mindset, and most importantly, and just recently, we have the mandate to push fashion.
Not only a mandate to push the industry, but the financing too. A local developer's constructing a new $1 billion design district where creative talent and commercial interests can cozy up. In a city where 1/3 of tourists come for the shopping, this new neighbourhood should constitute a major retail destination.
So the idea is like, okay, why can't we create that like a Soho destination for these designers to be in one place where, you have specific events and activities and promotion for the tourists to come and see really what is special for that Dubai could offer for them.
Last year, revenue from shopping malls and retail outlets in the UAE was $626 million, a significant percentage of the total spending on fashion in the Middle East. With no shortage of style-savvy locals, Dubai's now staking out its claim as the next stop on the Fashionistas global tour.
And finally, smokers in the UK who are looking for a change will soon be able to buy electronic cigarettes at the high street chemist Boots.
Yeah, the pharmacy giant is going to start stocking an e-cigarette made by Imperial Tobacco called Puritan. Those sales are expected to start Monday. For about 2 years, Boots has been resisting suggestions that it should begin stocking these e-cigarettes until they were regulated as medicine. There's, of course, been a lot of controversy about the possible health impact of these new products. But as major chains like Boots agree to start selling e-cigarettes, the industry is growing at a very steady pace. It's currently worth about $3 billion globally.
OK, Kate, that's where we leave it for now. Thanks very much for bringing us up to date. It's time now for a look at web news.
The violence continues in Kiev. Clashes